yeah. And we're off. Off we go. Yes.
He's the famous.
Without warning, it just starts to dump water. Alright, so this is where the toilet is. Alright, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but yeah, you can see that. At base, here we are starting off, and you can actually see my breath. That's awesome. Everybody's all getting geared up. We're learning.
What do you teach him?
Umti kubwa means umti tree.
Big. Kubwa.
This is what hiking is like.
Okay, so we've been up here I took a nap, kind of rested for about an hour since we've been up here, and I'm exhausted, and we've only been the first day, so this is going to be probably rough on me, but anyway, it's a little chilly up here. It was warm when we first got here, but it's getting kind of chilly now. The sun's starting to go down. And anyway, it's going to be a challenge for me. We'll keep grinding. Okay. First night on the hike, done. Only 2 times chasing the monkey, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And
You sleep okay?
oh man,
You warm enough?
plenty warm.
Totally warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing was, every once in a while the monkeys, you could hear the monkeys up in the trees. But
So
you had earplugs, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I did.
yeah.
Here's something cool. So when I went out to chase the monkey the first time,
Yeah.
I got my eyes wide open. I got my headlamp on.
Yeah.
I see these 2 eyes.
Really?
Guess what it was?
What?
An ocelot.
No way.
Yeah, it was like the size of a house cat, but it had like black spots.
Where was it?
Over to the right of the toilet.
Oh, that's cool.
So anyway, saw some wildlife last night.
Dinner was good last night. Potatoes, steak, vegetables, cucumber soup. Tasty
Hot cucumber soup. And then the steak was, all the meat is completely overcooked.
Yeah.
Probably because they
Where
don't
it
have
came from.
refrigeration.
Yeah.
And so we had chicken for lunch yesterday that was so dry.
It was like
that it was like
jerky.
jerky.
I bet you they pre-cook it
Oh,
because it's,
yeah, maybe.
and it tasted like fish.
It didn't taste, yeah, it's
It was
off.
hard to eat. It was hard to eat. But, you know, and they had the local things, like a little local wafer bar. Yeah, so little snacky snacks with chocolate covered coconut that was okay.
Yeah, waxy and good.
But they have hot chocolate and teas and
Tang.
hot tang last night. That was kind of good. Popcorn. They had whole trays of popcorn and some cookies.
And some cookies so we could have with our tea and hot tang and chocolate.
Yeah, before dinner was served. This is a regular campsite here. Tourist attraction almost. There's so much camping.
There's no mosquitoes up here, but there's teeny little flies that kind of bite and kind of itch when they bite. So, yeah, I don't know if the DEET works because Ernie got chewed up with a bunch of bites, and he was wearing DEET, and I didn't have any DEET, and I got the same amount of little bites. So, DEET ain't gonna help on those little tsetse flies or whatever they're called. We have finished 3 more hours of hiking, and we are now at what they call Elephant Spine. This is the head. There we go, the head. And then we're kind of on this plateau. And then that is the back, or the bottom of the elephant. It doesn't look like an elephant from here, but
Which means we basically have just
that's what they call it, the elephant spine. And we just had some sunshine, which is probably the first since we started our climb. And it's just amazing, just beautiful up here. Look at this. It's green. We've passed the tree line about an hour and a half ago. And now we're kind of on this plateau. Just little bushes here and there. We're getting set up for lunch. So look at that blue sky up here. Can you see that? Blue sky. That's nice. All right, we're back on the hike again. Just getting started. I got a headache, which is high altitude sickness crap, which means I gotta drink more water. And I'm trying to drink, but I just don't like to drink a lot of water, and I force it. But here we go. We're grinding up the elephant spine. Here we go. We are getting poured on rain about 100 yards after we started, and now it is just dumping. We're gonna have a little river in just a second. Okay, so we just jumped out of the tent after having snacks, and we're looking at the peak of Kilimanjaro as it pokes its way out of the clouds.
Yeah, see the peak in the background? It's higher. That's probably
It's just ridiculous how tall that is
Yeah,
and how far away that is.
back one's probably another 3,000 feet tall.
Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in. Anyway, absolutely ridiculous.
This is the third morning.
Beginning of the third day.
The beginning. You made that sound like a scripture. It's in the beginning of the third day.
It came to pass, intensely awaiting the call of the commander, who would guide us up the mountain to where we would see the great god of Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, they used to have sacrifices up there, and there used to be a big pile of bones. We heard last night.
Right, but the bones have been taken away by tourists.
Yeah.
Darn tourists. And so now what they've done is
Taking
they've
stuff.
replaced that pile of bones with a pile of rocks.
Rocks.
Well,
And-
we're gonna have a breakfast in a minute.
And this is what it looks like. Oh, behind us here, this right there,
That's the
all you
best
can
thing.
see above the mist head, that's Kilimanjaro, but it's clouded in. You can't see it. Well, we're starting to get a little bit tired. We're up in the fog here. Raining. It was raining this morning. We got a little bit of sunshine, and now it's been raining ever since.
Shira Cathedral, and Shira Nido. So this is the place we are going to leave the bags here, and then we go to the summit without the bags.
Can we take our bags?
You okay if we take them anyway?
If you want to take a bag,
I think we'll just take it. It'll just get soft and wet.
I am sucking wind like crazy. The infused oxygen air is doing very little for me. I'm doing what's called pole, slowly, and I cannot get enough oxygen. It racks me with fear, thinking that I've got a long way to go. Yeah, Jonas,
yes.
what's our elevation here?
Now we are going 12,950.
12?
Now this is 12,700.
Almost 13. Just
Almost 13. So at 13,000 feet, we have over 7,000 feet vertical to go. Everybody's having a blast. This is sucky, okay? Everyone's like talking normal. I can't talk. All I do is suck in air and blow it out. Suck it in, blow it out. Isn't this beautiful? It's beautiful. But the exhaustion, not beautiful.
Boy right here,
Yeah.
he's the man. He's been helping everybody.
Tough as nails, man. Tough as nails. Tough as nails. I'm about ready to He's doing therapy. He's got free therapy for everybody, huh? Oh, so I'm exhausted. Take a look at this though. Unreal. I hope you can see this. This is like all foggy and stuff, but man, that's cool. So this is the saddle right down there. Hard to see. But up here is just cool. All this fog. And all the beards, that moss. Yeah. Old man's beard. Unreal. Yes. Unreal. And just rain, rain, rain. Yeah. I'll see at the top of this. Hopefully I see at the top of Kili. I'm coming into camp. Actually at lunch. They said 5 hours. It seems like 15. My hips hurt. The muscles in my pelvis hurts. And so here we are, just coming up to the mess tent where we can finally relax. Okay, this is the afternoon of day 3, and Emil's, we made it up here. A little bit of a struggle. It was raining most of the day, but now the sun's come up, and behind us is one of the most beautiful sights right above Emil's head. Look at the layers of the mountains. And I'm not sure you can see this, but you know, the clouds are gorgeous. And then behind us, Emil, let's turn this way so they can see Mount Kilimanjaro. I can't see Jack because oh, there we go. You see that, Ian? There's Mount Kilimanjaro, right? There we are. There we go. Crazy. So this is our sleeping quarters. This is the entryway. There's like a little porch or patio where we can stack our gear. It's not tons of space. And then there's this right here. This is where we get some sleep. Ernie's spot, my spot. I'm exhausted. I got a little bit of a headache, which is the result of not drinking enough. But I have drank and drank and drank, and I have peed probably 8 times since we've got here, which is about 8 times in every, so about once every 15 minutes average. Very annoying and inconvenient. This is the beginning of day 4. Rough night last night. Got some serious tummy troubles. Didn't feel very good yesterday at all. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning. I'll show you a picture of that in a minute, but
Anyway, beginning of the fourth day, we're gonna climb up about 2,000 feet, and then actually hike up about 2,000 feet, and then come back down to about the same elevation we're at right now. So, slowly. Talk to some of the other guys, they're all sucking in the wind too. Everyone needs more oxygen than you normally are getting. I'm finally packed up and ready to go. And just behind me is Mount Kilimanjaro. It's interesting how the higher we get in elevation, the slower our brains work. It's kind of crazy. Everyone's forgetting little things. And so it's hard to stay clear and focused. Man, is that cool or what? We are at about 15,000 feet. We're at the top of, you can't see it even though it's not that far away, but you can kind of see the edge of it right here. Here we are at Lava Tower. They have everything in meters, they don't have it in feet. So, anyway, you can tell we are in the clouds. That's kind of where we are. We just had lunch, celery soup, a hamburger that I did have a bite of it. Still no real appetite. So we're coming down from Lava Tower, and steep going down. Then there's a little bit of a hike up, and it's kind of steep. And my fingers are just tingling. The key is just pace yourself. You should be breathing heavy because there's just not enough oxygen up here. But slow. Pace yourself. And if you pace yourself, you'll make it. So after 2 hours, we finally see camp. Oh, that's such a nice sight to see. Lots of tents out there. All right, we're on our way from this camp, Baraka or Barracuda or something like that. Anyway, it's named after this huge wall, pretty sheer. But anyway, that's where we're going today. All right, we are in Karanga Camp right here, which is interesting because it's 39.95 meters, about 13.5. 13.8, that's right.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher
than Kings Peak.
Yeah.
And look at this. I don't know if can you zoom on these?
Yeah, try it. Zoom in there.
Oh yeah.
You see these beautiful,
Look at that.
steep rivers, waterfall rivers.
And then straight above us is clear blue sky. So sometimes.
There's the arching.
Okay, check this out. Now you'll be able to see the arch. Can you see it now? Yeah, baby.
You shoot over here, they can see the clouds, how the clouds kind of like move in.
Oh yeah. In a few minutes, we're gonna be shrouded by clouds. I was gonna record us coming up and talking, but the short hike from our tent up to this spot was
The altitude gets us short of breath real quick.
so I wouldn't be able to talk and walk at the same time.
Nope.
It's kind of, it'll wipe you out. Now, just as long as we're standing here, it doesn't take too much energy and too much oxygen to just stand. But as soon as you start hiking up, man, that draws a lot of oxygen. Crazy. All right, look at this. Clouds are coming. Let's start walking back to our tent so
I
we
want
can
to take a
see
picture
it.
of
Oh yeah.
Well, another day. Day 5 done.
Now we get to chillax and relax
For a while.
We did what, 4? How many hours did we go today?
Just over 4?
It's 3.5.
3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Yeah, it felt like 4.
Yeah.
Cause we went up,
And down. Up and down. Very, very steep terrain.
Didn't we do up and down like 3 times? I
Yeah.
swear.
What was it called? The Moshi Wall or the Mushu Wall?
No,
Barranca? Oh, that was way off.
yeah.
Barranca Wall?
Now we're in Karanga.
Yeah, that Barranca Wall was that zigzag, 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 zigzag straight up.
Dude,
That was
I have
good.
never seen anything so out of this world.
No, I saw that. It was in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's when I saw that. But here, we're again, as usual, a little locked in with some fog. Our tent was set up. We checked in. The tent for lunch, right there, is being taken care of. Muddy.
I normally get shivery, and we have had, oh, look at
Oh, check this out. Check this out. Warm water for our feeties.
Yes.
Yep. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the treatment right there, man. The little piggies are gonna go for a swim. That's what they're gonna do. Oh, baby, my
My
little
feet
piggies
were,
wanna swim.
I used the same socks as yesterday, and they were a little bit more moist than I was hoping that they would be. So
I think what it was, up and down, up and down.
it was maybe sweaty too.
I got the most perspiration this day than any other day.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up my little.
But it's good. I'm not hungry. I'm feeling really good. I don't feel any headache. We're at what elevation? 13.8?
13.3 right here.
13.3.
We went to
13,300
13.8,
feet.
where
Up
you did
high?
your handstand,
Yeah.
and then we dropped back down to 13.3.
13? I thought we're above 15.
15 was our lunch, way over the top, and
Oh.
now we're acclimating.
At 15 was the spire, the lava tower.
Lava Tower.
Is that right? Okay, I felt that for sure. Okay, out.
I'm just,
Anybody? I don't have any.
it's the end of day 5, and we were at Camp Karanga, and I've just got a splitting headache. Not drinking enough water. I thought I was doing pretty good because I didn't have a headache when I got up here, and I drank 32 ounces of water, and I thought, hey, I'm doing pretty good. And then about 20-30 minutes ago, headache started to kick in and just get a little bit worse and worse and worse until now, when I went to go get some more water, but they had run out of water and were treating the water so that we could drink it, and that takes about 30 minutes. So Ernie had a little bit of drink left in his Nalgene bottle, and gave me some of that so I could take a couple of Tylenol and a little handful of ibuprofen. So it's dinner time now. And I got my bed set up. So as soon as dinner's over, we hop in the tent, count sheep. Good morning.
It was the morning of the 6th day, and it was good.
And it came to pass, the sun just barely came up.
Boom! There it is, right on the edge.
We were woken up. There's a little solar flare. Get in here, Ernie. Solar flare. So this morning, we were woken up by this
Thunder.
This ongoing thunder. And what it really was right here behind us.
I'll show you.
Can you
Right
see?
here.
There was a huge rock slide. And it just went on and on and on and on. And that kind of got me nervous, because I'm thinking, are we going to get buried by rocks?
I know. We've reached Barafu Camp at about 15,000 feet. So, how you feeling?
I'm a little worn out, man.
Yeah, it was
That
a long
last,
grind.
I think that last, I was feeling pretty good up until this last grind.
That's maybe 200 or 300 meters.
Yeah, and I was going really slow. I could tell. I get lightheaded. I got pressure all around my head, and I'm nervous because we just had a couple of people go down.
Yeah,
from
for
acute
altitude
mountain
sickness. Yeah.
And I don't want to be one of those guys.
Check this out. Check this out. Look at all these. Look at all these people. I feel like I'm in Disneyland.
Yeah.
With the lines here. And it's a little bit cool, but it's weird. I thought it'd be a lot colder here.
But we've been grinding and moving.
Yeah.
I bet if you just stood around here.
It'd chill out real quick.
Yeah. I hiked without my hat on.
Yeah.
Almost the entire time because I could feel that I was plenty warm.
Yeah. We have, we're about 7 hours from here to Uhuru Peak, which is the very top. And we're gonna go up an hour.
We got 1 more hour before we set up camp.
And then at midnight tonight, we are going to take the 6-hour ascent. So.
So we're gonna be drinking tons of water.
Oh, tons of water right now.
And eat a bunch of sugar.
That's right.
You feel good, but too exhausted. Yes, but according down to the oxygen, you recover well.
There's nothing we can do. Well.
All the Karens. What's behind you?
We are hiking up to not Bronco. Where are we hiking now? What's the next campsite? Where's the next site?
We sign in Barafu and we're going to Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Whole different region, right?
So on the way up, all these cairns that people have made.
Just pretty amazing. It's been pretty steep getting up here. We wouldn't be able to talk. It's just been exhausting the entire time. And just going slow, poli. It's amazing. You just keep grinding, one foot in front of the other, and you just start making progress. Yes. Can't wait. Man, this is us. We're right here, just before we take off to Kosovo. We're gonna take a little nap after dinner, and then we're gonna head up. Nothing up here, just a whole bunch of rocks. Okay. We made it to the last stop before we reach the peak. And I learned a couple of new words in Swahili. Kidogo, which means step by step. And it was pretty tough to do, but kidogo, step by step. I got a splitting headache. I drank a ton of water, and I don't take oxygen while I'm hiking, but they said it might be a good idea for me to take some extra oxygen. Someone has a little canister of boost oxygen, so I'm just gonna take a few hits of that, and then we're gonna have lunch, and then we prep for the final ascent to the peak, and then I'll meet you at the top. I will go slowly because I'm winded. Just being here is takes my breath away. So we're literally at about 12% oxygen. I think we have about another. We're at 15.8 here. So we've got over. I think we got about 3,000 feet to go vertically. Vertical, baby. 3,000 feet. And so it'll take 6 hours, probably take me 7. But it's not a race. Doesn't matter what you have, what your skill level is, what your health level is. If you take it slowly and you do kidogo, pole, I know I'm gonna make it. So I'm gonna take a little rest right now and try to get some oxygen in me, and then I'll see you. I don't know when I'm gonna see you next. I know this video is really grainy because it's dark in here, but it's 11:15. We're getting up and getting dressed for the final leg of the ascent to Stella Point on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. There's no oxygen up here, and my stats aren't so great. I think my O2's at 73. Heart rate's around 104. I took another Diamox acetylcholine or whatever that's called to help with high mountain sickness, high altitude sickness, to hopefully increase the capacity that my cells can absorb oxygen. And hopefully the goal is, if I can just keep going slow, I can get up there. The problem is at this state, I constantly have headaches and I'm short of breath. I realize that even getting dressed, I can't move normally. I have to move slowly, deliberately. It took me 3 tries to put on my thermals bottoms because I kept messing up. So yeah, we're gonna have a little snack in the mess tent, and then then off we go. Well, I'm on top of Mount Kilimanjaro right now, and there's no way I should have been able to make it. I am so wiped out and spent. It took me like 2 hours longer than everybody else. This is what it was like. And this is what we climbed up. I am sick to my stomach. I can't hardly eat anything. I can't drink anything. All I want to do is sleep. I'm literally falling asleep on my feet. Probably the hardest thing I've ever done physically in my life. And I wanted to quit so many times, but freezing cold, my hands are freezing, my feet are freezing, it's dark. And it's like, why am I doing this? Because we do hard things. Because we do hard things. All right, last day. We have come up to the top where I didn't believe I could actually make it, especially on that day. But today is the final day, the last day. Say hi. Hi. Isn't that crazy? Man, put that on your head. These guys, what they carry on their heads is just amazing. But we are on day 8. We left our camp. We got up at 5 o'clock this morning, packed up, and we have 5.5 hours of hiking back down to the trailhead where we will have a little buffet dinner and a celebration and congratulations that we have finished it. But this is what we are hiking through.
Simba the man. Piga makofi. Ale piga makofi. Ale piga makofi. Ale piga nasema. Ale piga kidogo. Ale piga na ngoma. Ya kwanza. Ya pili. Ya tatu. Ya nne. Na cha tano. Ale touch your head. Ale touch your mouth. Ale touch your neck. Ale touch your shoulder. Ale touch you know. Ale touch your nail. Ale touch your butter. Ale touch your kichwa. Ale touch you know. Cha kwanza. Cha pili. Cha tatu. Na cha nne. Ale cheza na mimi. Ale cheza na mimi.